Orchids, one of the most elegant and exotic flowers you can grow at home. But keeping them blooming year-round can be a challenge if you don't know the secrets. In today's video, I'll share simple but effective tips to help your orchids thrive and bloom again and again. Let's get started. Orchids. These delicate, exotic beauties have captivated us for centuries. Their intricate blooms, with their almost alien beauty, seem to defy the rules of nature. And yet these wonders of the plant kingdom can thrive in our homes, gracing our living spaces with a touch of the tropics. But keeping orchids blooming year-round can be a challenge, even for the most seasoned gardener. Their needs are unique, their preferences specific. In this video, we will delve into the secrets of orchid care, unlocking the knowledge that will allow you to cultivate these extraordinary plants and enjoy their breathtaking blooms throughout the year. Let us begin our journey into the fascinating world of orchids. Before we can hope to master the art of orchid care, we must first seek to understand these fascinating plants. Unlike many of their floral counterparts, orchids do not spring from the earth, drawing sustenance from the soil. They are epiphytes, a word derived from the Greek meaning upon plant. In their natural habitat, these botanical acrobats perch upon the branches of trees, their roots clinging to the bark, drawing moisture and nutrients from the air and the rain that trickles down the tree trunks. This epiphytic lifestyle dictates the very essence of orchid care. The most common orchid found gracing windowsills is the Phalaenopsis orchid, often referred to as the moth orchid for its blooms that resemble delicate, fluttering wings. To care for these living gems, we must replicate their natural environment as closely as possible. Light, the very essence of life, is crucial for the well-being of our orchids. In their natural habitat, nestled amongst the canopy, orchids are bathed in bright, dappled sunlight. To replicate these conditions within our homes, we must find a balance, a location where the light is plentiful yet indirect, where the sun's rays caress rather than scorch. A north-facing window where the light streams in gently often proves ideal. If a south-facing window is your only option, fear not. A simple veil, a sheer curtain drawn between the orchid and the sun's intensity, will provide the necessary protection. Watch your orchids closely, for they will communicate their needs through their leaves. Dark green leaves, a sign of insufficient light, whisper a plea for a brighter location. Conversely, leaves tinged with yellow, bearing the marks of the sun's intensity, signal a retreat to a more sheltered spot. Watering, an act so simple yet so crucial, often proves to be the undoing of even the most well-intentioned orchid enthusiast. We must remember that orchids, with their aerial roots, are unaccustomed to the soggy embrace of waterlogged soil. Instead of adhering to a rigid watering schedule, we must become attuned to the needs of our orchids, reading the subtle signs they present. Observe their roots, those delicate tendrils that cling to life. When they take on a silvery hue, their color fading to a pale gray, they signal their thirst. If their emerald green vibrancy persists, they have all the moisture they require. When watering is necessary, use tepid water, its temperature akin to the air around them. Early morning is the preferred time for this ritual, allowing the excess moisture to evaporate throughout the day, preventing the roots from becoming waterlogged. And remember, never let water linger in the crown of the plant, where it can pool and invite rot. To thrive, orchids require a specific environment for their roots, one that mimics the loose, airy embrace of the tree bark they cling to in the wild. Forget the dense, heavy soils of terrestrial plants. Orchids require a specialized mix, one composed of bark chips, charcoal, and perlite, a combination that allows for ample airflow and drainage. This airy medium prevents the roots from becoming waterlogged, a condition that can spell disaster for these sensitive plants. Repotting, while seemingly disruptive, is a necessary act of kindness. Over time, even the most well-structured orchid mix will break down, its ability to provide adequate drainage compromised. Repotting every 1 to 2 years, using a fresh batch of orchid mix, ensures that the roots have access to the air and drainage they require. The ideal time for this task is after the blooms have faded, when the plant enters a period of rest and rejuvenation. drop in temperature at night can encourage blooming. To sustain their vibrant displays of blooms, orchids require a regular supply of nutrients, carefully delivered in a manner that mimics the gradual release of nutrients they receive in their natural habitat. A balanced orchid fertilizer, one with an equal ratio of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, 20-20-20, is ideal. However, moderation is key. Over-fertilizing can lead to a buildup of salts in the potting mix, which can damage the sensitive roots. Dilute the fertilizer to half strength and apply it once a week during the active growing season. As the blooms fade and the plant enters a period of rest, reduce fertilization to once a month. By providing the right balance of nutrients, we can ensure that our orchids have the energy to produce their spectacular blooms year after year. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more gardening tips.